today is an index reading. This is the third index reading, okay? The first one on Jesus was Jesus Christ, the advocate, mediator, and all the appearances. He appeared to a lot of people, okay? So that was the first one on Jesus. The second one on Jesus was the atonement. This one is going to be on the condescension, okay? Knowest thou the condescension? Where's my bookmark? Of God. Condescension of God. Behold the condescension of God. God yieldeth himself into the hands of wicked men. The Lord in condescension has visited men. How great the Lord's condescension to men. By the Lord's great condescension, men have power to do things. The Son suffers according to the flesh. Redeemer shall be born of a woman. You can read about that in Alma 19:13. Christ shall take upon him flesh and blood. That's what condescension is, right? The Son has descended below all things. How about the death of, we have the death of Jesus, the crucifixion. After the Messiah has been slain by the Jews, he shall rise from the dead. The Son to be lifted up on a cross and slain for the sins of the world. God to yield himself to wicked men to be crucified. 3 days of darkness to be a sign of Christ's death. Jews to crucify God. Messiah lays down life according to the flesh. The Jews scourge and crucify the Holy One, Jesus Christ. The great Creator suffers himself to die for all men. No other nation would crucify their God. Signs to be given of Messiah's birth, death, and resurrection. God lays down his life that he might draw men unto him. He was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities, made his grave with the wicked, and with the rich in his death. He has poured out his soul unto death, was numbered with the transgressors, borne the sins of many. The Son shall be led, crucified, and slain. Resurrection and redemption brought to pass through the power, sufferings, and death of Christ. The Son will take upon him death, that he may loose the bands of death. Priests hold forthcoming. Sufferings and death of the Son. There's no redemption save through the death and sufferings of Christ. Suffering and death of Christ atone for the sins. As Moses lifted up the brazen serpent, so shall the Son be lifted up. The Son must die that salvation may come. Prophets testified boldly of Christ's death and sufferings. For the repentant, Christ has laid down his life. The Father sent Christ that he might be lifted up upon the cross. Before Christ was lifted up by the Jews, John desired to tarry. All men are redeemed because of the death of Christ brings to pass the resurrection. The writings of the brother of Jared not to come forth until after the Lord is lifted up on the cross. The Lord has loved the world, even unto the laying down life for the world. May Christ's sufferings and death rest in your mind forever. The Redeemer suffered death and pain of all men, that all might repent. The Son was crucified and died. Christ was crucified for the sins of the world. The Father beheld the sufferings and death of him who did no sin. I am Jesus who was crucified. The resurrection through the glory of the Lamb who was slain. Jesus was crucified to bear the sins of the world, to sanctify the world, and cleanse it from all unrighteousness. I am he who was slain. Christ's ministry among the dead during the time between crucifixion and resurrection, you can read about in Doctrine and Covenants number 138, line 27. Redemption wrought through the sacrifice of the Son on the cross. Righteous is lifted up. Righteous is lifted up. Enoch beholds the Son lifted up on the cross. We have Jesus Christ, the Good Shepherd. One God, one Shepherd over all. Holy One, his sheep, and they know him. He who will hear my voice will be my sheep. The Good Shepherd calls you in his own name. He who desires to follow Good Shepherd should come out from the wicked. Nephites will not hearken unto the voice of the Good Shepherd. The Lamanites to be brought to the knowledge of the Redeemer and the great true Shepherd. One fold and one Good Shepherd. Nephites once had Christ for their shepherd.